Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a blast from the past. You're looking at the Panerai Mare Nostrum PAM 008. The 006 was a blue dial, the 007 was a white dial. These models made from 97 to 1999 were very early Vendôme, coming out of the early era of civilian Officine Panerai. These watches were of the Mare Nostrum collection, which was part of the original three-set model line launched in 1993. The Luminor Marina with a second sand, and the Mare Nostrum. Those were the original three Panerai models. And a lot of folks since have lamented the fact that there is not a third Panerai model line. We've got Radiomir, we've got various Luminors. Some would say Submersible is, but it's really a Luminor. Mare Nostrum, the chronograph, is that third model line. If you're willing to go back far enough, you can even get tritium dials like this that are extremely impressive pieces. And this watch is a full set, so you're not just getting the watch with its lovely patina dial, you're getting all the stuff that came with it back in 1999 when our records and the receipt with the watch indicate it was originally sold. So let's go through all of that. The first thing I should mention is that the Mare Nostrum went through sort of two phases in the early Officine Panerai and early Vendôme era. There was the model called the 5218, for example, 301 or 302, which is the Mare Nostrum I think a lot of people have in mind. And then just after the acquisition, there were these PAM 006, 007, 008 models that had a very different aesthetic with a bit more of an inclined plane to the bezel. So they have their own looks. People are fans of one, the other, or both. But just to make clear, there was a little bit of a break between those early 5218 derivatives and then these 006, 007, 008s. And of course, the 008 was the one with the black dial, and that's what we have here. You can see that this is not a Radiomir, this is not a Luminor. The case is completely unique. It's 42 millimeters in diameter, and it's fairly thin too. It's 12.9 millimeters thick, but it is a manual wind. And then 53 lug-to-lug, so it's broad across the wrist with a 22 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. It's definitely a cool look, and the interesting thing is it doesn't immediately register as a Panerai. If you know, you know. Low enough that it will fit under a cuff, that's for sure, but it is broad. So I'm going to recommend you not wear this on a wrist smaller than mine. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference, and I think that's a good minimum size for this steel watch. And it is heavy. We'll do a quick weigh in, and you do feel the weight. Keep in mind this is a watch on a strap with a pin buckle, so it doesn't have a whole lot attached to it. The strap is very minimal, and it's unlike what you'll find on other Panerai watches. You can see here we've got calfskin on the bottom, calfskin on the top. Although we do have a binding stitch at the end, the edges are shear cut and then bonded together with lacquering in profile to clean it up. You can see we've got screws and bars fixing the strap to the case, so hardcore Paneristi will be happy to see that. We've got a Panerai trapezoidal steel pin buckle, very simple, easy to adjust on the fly. The case is all polished in profile and then satin brushed on the lug hoods and the case top. The bezel, which is bi-level, has both polish and satin, the satin under the tachymetric scale, which can be used with the chronograph to gauge the speed of an object, such as a race car around a course or a power boat around a racing route in a harbor. Taking a look at the dial, very simple, twin register, no date. Obviously, tritium, with the exception of the hands, which are Luminova. This is just the nature of things, especially with chronographs. Now, people say, oh, it's a shame you don't have the original. Well, it's unfortunate, but if you really want to wear your watch, you're going to service your watch. And if you service your watch, hands can only be repressed so many times. And when you repress them and they are not going to fit tightly, a vintage dealer might be more than happy to sell you a watch with matching hands. They're going to fall off and knock this beautiful tritium off the dial or leave scratches that now leave you with hands you can't use and a dial that's damaged. So the safest thing to do if the hands cannot go back on their pinions cleanly or securely is to replace them, and that is what would have happened when this watch went back for factory service. So you can see it's got a tritium base, and then it's got Luminova hands. And so if you just leave the watch in the dark for a few moments, you could see how quickly that tritium base fades and the Luminova hands stay luminescent. Again, if you want one that's never been serviced and you don't plan to service it, you can keep hands forever. but they eventually reach their limit because they're just pressed on. They're not fixed by screws. It's a pure friction fit. And particularly with chronographs, where you have rapid resets, hands only last so long. Lovely look. You can see polished rings for the sub-registers. Of course, it's a matte black base, and this is not a sandwich dial. The Mare Nostrum's a little bit different. Non-screw-down crown here. No matter how hard you push, you're going to find that it does not screw down. Originally a 50-meter water-resistant watch, it is still a 50-meter water-resistant watch today, but without a screw-down crown, I say don't swim with it. Turn it all over. You can see on the back, this is a watch from before we had the alphanumeric case codes. So think about that. Year A was 1998, and then 1999 was B, and then C series would have been 2000. So although this watch was sold in 1999, the caseback codes indicate that it was probably made in 1997. Remember, Panerai wasn't selling super fast at the end of the 90s. A couple things to note about the movement. It is a ETA 28012. It's got a vertical clutch chronograph module on top of it. The 2801 is basically a 2824 with the automatic winding system removed. It's a manual winder with 17 joules, the 4 hertz beat rate, a 42-hour power reserve. If you pull the crown out, you do activate the stop seconds function, so you can set it to a reference time. And you know that the chronograph module is vertical clutch because you can see there's no extraneous jump or stagger when you start the chronograph. A really cool example of where Panerai was in the late 1990s, and a lot of fun as a very cool watch that would be difficult to find again, especially with a full set right down to the original purchase paperwork like this one. So if you love this watch and you're old school Paneristi, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.